Hey everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Ghosted After the First Date. Today we have a story about two people going out on a very first date. One person had a great first date experience, while the other person disappears and is never heard from again. Ghosting is when someone suddenly ends all communication with another person without any warning or explanation. This story is based on true events. Names and some story details may have changed or been altered.
One day as I was shopping for groceries at my local supermarket, I saw a very cute guy working at the customer service counter. I was instantly attracted to him because he had dark black hair and had the cutest smile and laugh on his face whenever I watched him chatting to his customers. I can tell that he worked out a lot because he was very fit and buff. He showed a tremendous amount of confidence as I watched him walking around the supermarket. I am very attracted to cute guys with confidence. I actually felt like a stalker since I kept watching and following him throughout the store, but I couldn't help but wanting to find a way to talk to him. So I found the courage to approach him and I asked him to help me search for a can of pasta sauce. He smiled at me and told me to follow him to the shelf with all the pasta sauce. He asked if I needed any help with anything else, and I jokingly said, "How about you give me your name and number?" He said, "Sure, give me your phone and I'll add my contact information." I was so surprised that he was giving me his phone number since I did not know if he was married or single, or if he was already dating someone. I didn't bother asking him, so I just giggled and said thank you as he gave me back my phone. As he walked away and would shout out, "Give me a call sometime." I looked at my phone and saw that his name is Leo. I was like, what a cute name. So long story short, I actually waited 2 days to ask Leo out since I didn't want to sound desperate. I texted Leo and asked if he would like to meet with me at a diner close to his supermarket. He replied and said that he is willing to meet after his shift ends that day. So we met at the diner restaurant and we ordered a bunch of chicken wings and fries. Leo shares with me how he lives a very simple life. He works part-time at the supermarket and enjoys working out at the gym after work, and he would always hang out at the local bar on some nights. As Leo was talking to me, I just couldn't help but stare into his beautiful eyes, and I was admiring his cute smile and deep masculine voice. I was falling instantly in love with him because he was just so dreamy. I shared a lot about my life to him, and he seemed very interested in my stories. I loved that Leo is a good listener, and he is very engaged in our conversations. After we left the diner, I was hoping that Leo would lean in and give me a kiss, but he just gave me a hug instead. Leo thanked me for the date, and I mentioned that it would be nice to meet again. All he did was nod his head and he waved goodbye to me. After several days after our date, I decided to reach out to Leo by text just to say hello, but he doesn't respond back. I sent several more texts asking how he is doing and if he wanted to go out with me again, but I still received no response from him. After about a week, I decided to pay him a visit at his supermarket, but I don't see him. I asked an employee about Leo, and she tells me that Leo has quit his job and no longer works here anymore. I wondered what happened to Leo, and why did he ghost me after our first date?
Emma showed a lot of interest in Leo because she found him to be extremely attractive. She wanted to go out with Leo again, and even went looking for him after being ghosted. It's a mystery that Leo just suddenly disappeared after the first date. Let's find out what happened to Leo, and why the feelings weren't mutual.
I was working at a local supermarket for a few months when one day Emma approached me for my phone number. I knew that she was interested in me because I would always see her staring at me while I was working on my shift. It was kind of creepy, but I was not at all surprised because I am used to it. People are always staring at me, and I get approached by strangers all the time asking to date me. Especially women, since they are always the ones asking me out. The one thing a lot of people don't know about me is that I am not attracted to women. I only date men. The reason I agreed to go out with Emma was because I was feeling very lonely in my life. I really needed a friend, and when Emma had asked me out, I decided to just go out with her even though I wasn't interested. We had a nice time and I enjoyed our conversation. However, I am just not into women. Emma was doing most of the talking during our date. She never asked me about my dating history, so I didn't bother telling her that I only like men. It just so happened that after Emma and I went out, my ex-boyfriend called me and told me that he wanted to give our relationship another try. So I decided to quit my job at the supermarket and move back in with him. I'm sorry for ghosting Emma and for leading her on thinking that I might be interested in a relationship with her. I should have told her the truth from the beginning. She is a very nice lady, and I wish her well.
Here's Emma's reaction once she found out why Leo ghosted her.
Why couldn't Leo just tell me from the very beginning that he doesn't date women? I would have understood. It would have saved me so much time and energy. If you're gay, just tell me. Don't leave me hanging and don't ghost me like that. That is just very rude and immature.
So Emma was only attracted to Leo because of his good looks, and Leo failed to disclose his sexual orientation to Emma. This can be a recipe for disaster because when someone only focuses on appearances, they often overlook other small but important details about that person. If Leo was completely honest in the beginning, this might have saved Emma a lot of time and energy she put forth on someone who isn't the right match for her. If you enjoyed this episode of Ghosted After the First Date, please give it a like, and please subscribe so you can get notified on our future episodes. If you missed past episodes, you can check them out in the description below. We hope to see you in the next episode.